Nice.
What's it like? I was actually there in attendance in Cleveland for Coe's first career NFL touchdown, which was awesome. And,
Awesome.
It was a great game. You could hear me on camera. I was just screaming, "Say it ain't so, Coe! Say it ain't so!" Sadly, from there, the game kind of went off the rails a little. That was the last high moment of that game, but it was a great game. Overtime loss, fun time.
Yeah.
But how was that moment for you? Seeing the first, whether it was on TV, in person, wherever you were, seeing his first NFL touchdown. How was that?
Well, dude, I mean, we were at home because it was a away game. We don't travel to a lot of the away games because we can get into that later. But to watch that and to think I wished I was there live, so to have your video was so cool. And just say this is so cool. I mean, that was so cool for us. Catching it from Tom Brady, right? Like he's got the ball yet. First NFL touchdown means a lot, right? I mean, as a dad, this is so cool to see. And it was fun to watch. And, it didn't have the outcome we wanted, but still the same. What a memory! What a memory to have, right? So,
and honestly,
cool.
those. One of the best guests ever, the Buccateers in the house tonight. You guys hear him on Tampa radio all the time. He's one of the best in the business. My favorite personal in the business. That's why I'm elated tonight. Growing up in the Chicago area, you're used to sports radio. That's what gets me through the day. So this man does help get me through the day, I will say, with the Pat and Aaron show at work. Nothing like it. So it's incredible. It looks like we got Stunna bumbling in. I'm Tampa Tones. We are joined by Lee Boone tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat Donovan.
It looks like Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like he got a little...
No, my camera's broke.
And he was trying to pull me in big time. And then I was like, nothing happened with Indianapolis yet. Like, I really want to give Indy a chance. And then also I talked to Cody Gruden, once he took over Rich McCannum, still like, well, look, I was like, y'all just give me the opportunity to explore free agency, see what's going on, and then come out and make us do it.
All right, everyone, you are tuned into the Buccateers, a wide receiver, Kalen Geiger, and we are about to have a great pod. This is the Buccateers. You're tapped in, and here we go. Howdy ho, howdy hey, how the hell is everybody? Welcome back like we never left. It was a loaded week of shows. We had a great live Monday show on Man Cave Monday with the great John O'Barnes. Go check that out if you missed it. Obviously, Zach Johnson as well. Tune Me Up Tuesday. Campus kickoff on Wednesday. Towing the line on Thursday. And now we're back on a Saturday. And it's a beautiful day to play some football for the world of college, fellas. And it's a beautiful day for the weekend of NFL, as well as we got a Monday night doubleheader. We got a behemoth Sunday night matchup. And, of course, the battle of the best in the NFC, Tampa, San Fran. Game on, Mr. J-Lo. How the hell we doing, brother? Welcome in for the battle of the NFC. My friend, going to be a fun one.
Oh, God, yes, man. Another wonderful heart attack game. Hopefully everybody went to see their cardiologist this week because
we need it, man.
Oh, my God, man. It's going to be another wild one. I already feel it, man. It don't matter who's playing or not, man. It's going to be a fun battle. It's going to be a fun game tomorrow.
The great Puckhead checking in, and J-Lo, I'll be going to the Notre Dame game today, as will Joey, with the great Puckhead and his family, Leprechauns, joining us, great cousin of his. So it's going to be a fun time, Notre Dame, NC State, Mr. J-Lo. Maybe one time when you're up here, we can take you on down there. It's a fun time in Notre Dame.
Oh, man, lucky you. I'm jealous, man. I would love to go there, but no, it's going to be fun, man. That should be a fun one to watch, man. That's awesome.
Our Nebraska drum line is rolling in. Go Big Red. J-Lo as Nebraska looks to play a big football game today. Oregon is going to put Indiana in their place. I could probably agree with that. What say you?
I try to doubt Indiana when they played Illinois, and Indiana pretty much put me in my place as far as that goes. But it'll be a fun battle. But I think Oregon definitely will probably pull it off. But it's gonna be a lot closer than the experts think.
And we'll talk about more of that game in our college football spread. Nebraska at Maryland today. That'll be a fun one. Maryland blew a big lead against Washington last week. Nebraska, Maryland, essentially an elimination game. 4-1 at 4-1, 3:30 Eastern. And J-Lo, before we get to Bucs talk here, that's what kind of makes this expanded college football fun. We saw it with South Florida, North Texas last night. You see it today with Nebraska at Maryland. A lot of these matchups have playoff type feels going into these games, knowing for these schools, hey, if we lose this one, there's literally 0% chance we probably make it to the dance.
No, I couldn't agree more. Well said, Tones. Exactly. These are definitely playoff atmosphere type games because pretty much if you lose, you're not making the playoffs. It's not happening. So this is definitely going to be motivating for each team that's playing for that spot.
Speaking of playoffs, you kidding me? Playoffs? We got two teams look like they're bound for the playoffs, J-Lo. 49ers at Tampa. This game is 4 o'clock Eastern, so a little bit of a different start time for Raymond James Stadium goers. It's a good thing, I think. Going to be hopefully a little cooler at that point, rather than a 1 o'clock Eastern. You get that a little over 3 hours because obviously they add on the 25 minutes to that point as well. So 4:25 to be exact. But J-Lo, this is going to be a big game. Both these teams are banged up, and quite honestly, nothing against Brock Purdy, but the way Mac Jones has been playing right now, it's going to be interesting playing a guy like Mac Jones, who is kind of like in a similar spot of a Baker, of a Darnold, of a Daniel Jones type, where he's looking for the big payday. Now, I know the 49ers did the real smart thing and gave him a 2-year deal, but we know how this football league is, Mr. J-Lo, and we know one thing, for instance, if they have a QB problem on their hands, they'll have no problem getting rid of one of these guys. So thoughts on kind of Mac Jones taking the helm, 4:25 Eastern on CBS tomorrow, game of the weekend, Tony Romo and Jim Nantz in the booth.
I got to say, Matt Jones is in a great position to step in there because Kyle Shanahan, he makes any kind of quarterback look like an all-pro, on that level. Matt Jones has definitely shown out when his number got called, when his time came in. I would not take this man lightly, even though he's got a little injury going on. But, he battled it through, and he pulled out a win last week for the 49ers. So as far as we go on defense, we're just going to have to get pressure on this kid. You cannot give him time. If you pressure him, he's going to make a mistake. And that's the biggest issue I think we got going on right now coming from last week is getting pressure on the quarterback. So that's one game plan I would put out there for Matt Jones.
Agreed. And our guy, Jimmy Coletta, joining. Good morning, Buccateers. Good morning, Jimmy. Great party you threw last night, brother. That was awesome. He threw a great party for his girlfriend's surprise birthday, so that was fantastic. We appreciate you tuning in up this early. I'm sure it was a late one for you. Mo Diesel, our guys, start 3. Waddle, Worthy, White. Whoa. Grocery list here. Waddle, Worthy. That's a tongue twister. Ready, go. Waddle, Worthy, White. ETN, Hawkins, Stevenson. I personally would go White and ETN for sure. I think that's ETN. Does that say ETN?
Yeah, it's ETN.
And I'm assuming the Jaguars ETN. So I would go Rashad White, ETN, and then I'd probably go Ramondre Stevenson because Gibson's out now for the Patriots. So that backfield kind of went from a try-share to a timeshare. And remember, Antonio Gibson was getting a lot of those touches that now open up for a guy like Ramondre Stevenson. I don't trust that Dolphins pass attack enough at this time. And Darren Waller seems to be taking all the red zone targets regardless. And then Xavier Worthy, he had a decent game last week, but Lions are going to be a tough battle. I need to see something from the Chiefs. I always like running backs. J-Lo, thoughts on that?
I will say Worthy's the intriguing one because Detroit's going to be without 2 of their corners. Both DJ Reed and Arnold are out.
Arnold might be out for the year, yeah.
So to me, I think Worthy would be one I would go with. Rashad White played pretty well last week, scoring 2 tutties, so I'll go with him. I'm going to go with Waddle because he's receiver 1, and I have him in a couple of my fantasy leads, so I got to go with Waddle on that one.
And I could see that now without Tyreek Hill. It just kind of scares me in the sense that I feel like Devin Achane and Darren Waller have been getting a lot of that work. But you really have a lot of good options there. So I would definitely start Rachaad White and ETN, in my opinion, though. And then that third one between Stevenson, Worthy, Waddle, I hope you make the right decision. And Dolphins are playing Chargers tomorrow, so that's a West Coast East Coast game for the Chargers. Their defense hasn't been what it was, so there you go. Sorry we made you split your hairs there, no Diesel, but it is what it is. Live here on the Buccateers. Please hit that like button, subscribe button, turn that notification bell on. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll never miss an episode. J-Lo, myself, Zach, Joey, Kat, Stunna, Bucko, so much more good times here on the Buccateers. A great Gene as well. Speaking of great times, J-Lo, these injury reports are not the greatest thing in the world, but for the Bucs' sake, they're not on the island. They're not the only ones who are down and out. 49ers have a lot of guys banged up as well, J-Lo, but thoughts on Godwin being out? McCollum's out. Suddenly Josh Williams is out. For those who missed it, yes, he suddenly developed concussion symptoms on Thursday, I believe they said, and now he's out of the game, J-Lo. So it's kind of just a little bit of a crazy out list for the Bucs, because you got Evans officially, which we expected, Bucky, as I mentioned, Godwin, McCollum, Morrison's officially out, and then Williams is officially out. Izzy is questionable. So thoughts as our guy B-Shuck joins us on this beautiful Saturday morning. Good morning to you, B-Shuck. But thoughts on that, J-Lo, the Bucs laundry list of injuries?
I mean, at this point, it's nothing new. I mean, I'm pretty much expecting a new injury every week. I mean, unfortunately, we just got bad luck on it. But they'll be coming back. I mean, some of them are getting close to coming back. Bowles did mention that. To me, Morrison, give him time, obviously, because those hammies, he just keeps getting them, he keeps pulling them. So hopefully he'll be back next week when we really need him. Josh Williams, speedy recovery, man. I hope you hang in there, dude. It's rough. You got your first opportunity. So hopefully he gets over that concussion protocol. Godwin, he's got to shit the rust off, man. It's just going to take time. People got to be patient with him. He's not going to be the same Godwin we saw last year. It's going to take time for him to come in, and which is fun. We got plenty of football left to where he'll come around. But in the meantime, we're just going to, next man up mentality. If not, I mean, take my hammy, man. Here, you want my hammy, you can have it. Because I feel so bad for some of these guys, man, with these injuries.
Yeah, I'll start giving body parts as well. I'm not sure if they'll do these fellas good, but hey, Mike Evans, you want my hammy? Here you go. Chris Godwin, a fibula, sure thing, brother. Bucky Irvin, take it right off if you want, my friend. Just do what you got to do. Hey, have you guys talked to ACATS lately? Yeah, he was on Tuesday. Eric, he was on our Tune Me Up Tuesday show. I believe he was, right, J-Lo?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Katz is on usually once or twice a week, Eric, between Tuesday, Saturday, and then me and Katz have a Monday once-a-month show. He usually finds his way on 1 to 2 times a week, so never miss a Katz here on the Buccateers. Evans will probably be back. I would say J-Lo, Saints game would be my prediction. What say you?
I mean, at this point, I was thinking Detroit, but I agree with you. I think New Orleans, I think that's when he'll be back. That's not rushing back. I mean, if we're winning games, we're playing decent, don't rush him back. I want him to get the 1,000 yards as much as everybody else does, but, you got to let the man heal. You got to let him rest his hammy.
Yeah, let's play a chair for our guy B-Shuck as we get a super chat from our guy, and it's always too good of a from our guy B-Shuck. We love it. We appreciate it, brother. He says, even with all these injuries, I think we win tomorrow. Hope we get several guys back for next Monday, though, or that could be ugly. I agree with you, B-Shuck. I think we do escape with the win tomorrow, because as we're getting into the injury report, here's how the 49ers toe the line with that injury report. Kevin Givens is out. Defensive lineman Uter Gross Matos is out. Ricky Pearsall is out. Brock Purdy is out. Wide receiver Jordan Watkins is officially out. Then Jawan Jennings, questionable. Kalia Davis, questionable. Alfred Collins is questionable. Mac Jones even is questionable. You got to watch his oblique. That's a big one. his knee makes him more immobile as well, if it's truly really that big of a deal. Malik Mustafa is questionable. There's safety. And then it gets into a list of guys who should play other than Upton Stout, their cornerbacks, questionable as well. So, J-Lo, I think I agree with B-Shuck here. Yes, are we shorthanded some big names? Absolutely. Yes, are they shorthanded some key cogs? Absolutely. This is going to be a battle of the banged up, J-Lo, and games like this ultimately prove who is left standing at the end based on a battle of depth, based on a battle of, hey, which backups, which guys do we need to fill in more? You're going to learn a lot about this game come 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
No, absolutely. It's definitely the injury bowl is what I call it. But to me, they're still
better than the toilet bowl.
No, I agree. Better than toilet bowl for the most part. But to me, these are two well-coached teams, I feel, that are 4-1 for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, they've been battling injuries as much as we are. And for the most part, I feel it's going to be a competitive game no matter who's playing, like I mentioned earlier. I mean, we all fully expect Matt Jones is going to play, but he won't be able to do as much, and that's why I mentioned earlier you got to apply pressure, put the pressure on him, make them run the ball. Christian McCaffrey, we can't forget about him. But back to the injury list, I'm just glad that it's evened out pretty much on the injury list. That way, it's a fair game, I feel.
And two guys I can also piggyback off B-Shuck's point. I think Izzian will be back tomorrow, but two guys I think the cavalry will help out a little bit come that Detroit game definitely will be Izzian, and Williams will certainly be back. I would say that for sure. I would like to think Zion probably plays that game. Not 100% sure he's a go. I'd say Evans leaning more towards out. Godwin, a true 50-50 coin flip on that behalf. Benjamin Morrison, I would lean towards in if I had to guess a little bit more, just because I think he'll be well rested by then. So I think it'll be a mixed bag, but I do think Izzian and Williams at the very least will be some of the cavalry to help. And I do ensure, J-Lo, if the Bucs, this huge game tomorrow, do escape with the W, that extra day rest will be much needed after this onslaught. But that's always a positive as well. The Bucs playing on a Monday night against Detroit after this physical battle with San Fran, you'll get that extra day's rest worked in.
No, absolutely. And that's why I'm glad we're playing Monday night. Well said, Tones. I feel you sneak out a win, you rest up an extra day, and I think we'll get some players back. And I do agree with all the players you just mentioned. I just feel Mike's not ready, and that's fine. We can wait for him. Going 50-50. But, hey, as long as you got number 6 standing straight playing the game, you have a shot at winning.
Yeah, our guy Bucs Rays Bolts. Hopefully it's a good game. Only way win stops CMC. We talked about a last episode on Tuesday, I believe, that maybe a spy guy like CMC with a Tyke Smith as the X factor, opposed to a Dennis or David. Kind of let David cover Tongs as Kittle's out, and then kind of match up Tyke on CMC. Eric Moreno says he will be in Ray J tomorrow. Bring us a win. Fantastic stuff. I think Evans plays next Monday versus Lions. That was a target. They didn't put him on IR, so that would be the 4th game. Could very well be, but J-Lo, the last thing I want to see, and we've seen it with Godwin and Evans multiple times now, is these guys get rushed back a little early, and next thing you know, they're out a couple more weeks because they're rushed back. So that's all. I'm not trying to be soft, but I also don't want to see the big man get a setback.
No, I couldn't agree more because, like I said, we were there when he pulled his hammy, and you could tell the frustration and everything to go on top of it. Let's not rush the man back. I mean, if he's ready to come back, hey, we're all for it. But to me, I feel don't rush him back. There's no need to.
Yeah, Igbuka is going to have a big day for sure, or at least target-wise, without Evans, without Godwin, without Bucky. So you're right on that. As our guy Rolla was hoping to see Bucky, but Rolla, good news is next Monday he can maybe return, although it seems like he's banged up dealing with some things, so we'll see there. But we're just praying for our guy Bucky right now, as J-Lo seemingly on Instagram making some posts, so we're praying for him, thinking about him as he battles this tough injury. But Bucky, I'd say definitely back by Saints game. I'd put him at about a 30-40% chance for next Monday. What say you?
I mean, to me, if we're winning and they're not ready, hey, I'd say not rush him back. I mean, to me, obviously, Bucky's battling a lot of injuries from what it's looking like from his ankle to his shoulder. I think I agree with you. I think the Saints game is more of a target. I think Rachaad White and Tucker can hold the fort down for another game.
Yeah, and remember, we got the preseason runner of the year back. So, that's always a good thing. And now that makes more sense, J-Lo, getting a guy like that back. A lot of people thought it was just for the Bucky, but then you find out Williams is hurt too. So that's why you bring a guy like Owen Wright back perhaps too, because, hey, you're going to need those maybe not touches, but snaps on special teams and, special teams type plays. Agreed, B-Shuck. Igbuka, true number 1. And then Shepard's still a good number 2, in my opinion. J-Lo, Tasmania has been doing better and better as wide receiver 3. Well, kind of a fill-in wide receiver 3. You still got Ryan Miller back there. Cam Johnson, the return man, he got involved a little bit offensively last week. And then you look at it, Garrett Green, Dennis Houston. I feel comfortable with both of those promotions if the Bucs had to make one. So I'm not really worried, even without some of the big guns, top guys, about this Bucs depth at the wide receiver position. Is Jason Light and co. kind of slam dunked on some of us not liking the wide receiver pick at first, saying this is why I did it, and now it looks great. Hats off to him.
Ooga booga! No, I gotta say, I've been
Emeka Igbigbu.
Emeka
Igbigbu.
Man, I'm telling you, that kid's been flashing, man. I know a lot of fans question Jason Light on that pick, but now guess what? Now Jason Light looks like a genius because look how well he's playing. He's already off to a very hot start. I'm very comfortable with the other receiving group along with them. I think Tez Johnson is getting more of his feet wet. He made some plays last week. We got a good group of guys that know the playbook. And then Cade Otton's even, stepping in, making his catches. So, like I mentioned earlier, as long as number 6 is on that field, it doesn't matter who he has. He's going to put on a show. He always does.
Put on a show, just like last year. He tried to survive and battle, and although that was a tough stretch, guys like Ryan Miller stepped up. This wide receiver group is set for a long time, and yeah, that's another good point B-Shuck makes. Todd Bowles didn't sound all that confident that Jeremy McMillan will definitely be back this year, and J-Lo, you just hate to see that stemming from a preseason injury.
It's very unfortunate. We were really expecting a good sophomore year out of McMillan. He was off to a pretty good start in the preseason. It's just unfortunate with the way he landed on his neck, man. I mean, to me, it just sounds more serious to where we probably won't see him until it gets closer to playoffs from this point. He said he's still in a neck brace, but he did say he's in good spirits. So to me, it just sounds like we're not going to see him after the bye week for sure. I'm thinking later in the year, maybe December at this point. That's the only thing I can think of.
I think I agree with you there. Maybe not even that, though, if we see him at all. And it's just kind of sad. And prayers to him. The injury looked pretty bad at the point in time when Teddy B threw him. That ball landed right on his neck area. So prayers to J-Mac. Hope the young fellow's okay out of the neck brace soon. And we do hope to see him return this year, whether it's the playoffs, regular season, whatever it might be. Speaking of playoffs and regular season, next week, multiple episodes. We will have the guys over from Talking Grit, the Detroit Lions podcast, on the Buccateers, I believe at least a couple of times this upcoming week, J-Lo. I want to say Monday and Tuesday we'll be having them on our Monday special, and this Tuesday and next Monday. This Tuesday and next Monday we're going to have them on. Not this Monday, but we're going to have them on a couple of times coming up. So that'll be fun stuff. I'll be appearing on their show this coming Thursday, so be on the lookout for that. But we're going to collab with Talking Grit. Those guys are a lot of fun, J-Lo.
No, I couldn't agree more. It was a lot of fun chopping it up with them last year. They're very knowledgeable of the game, and they know just as well as we do. It's going to be another fun one. It's going to be, if we come out with the win, they come out with the win. It's going to be battle of the top, number one in the NFC, to be truthfully. So I'm pretty sure they're just as sad as we are.
The great Lucky Lucy joining us this morning. Love her lady listeners. B-Shuck giving her a good morning for us. Thank you, sir. Jimmy Coletta, Lioneers. Yeah, when we battle with some NFC foes, we like to play nice and like to have some fun guests on. Our friends over at the Redskins Command This podcast are great. We love them. We'll hopefully be talking to them. When the Bucs are on a bye week, we're going to be doing an NFC roundtable with some of the NFC teams. We're going to have Bears representatives on. Hopefully our Lions friends come on, our Washington friends come on, and we hope Jono comes back, Saints representatives. So we hope to kind of do an NFL roundtable for the bye week. Get a lot of guests going. That'll be a lot of fun over there. Text into the show, beautiful podcast. Thank you, thank you. We love it, we love it, we love it, and appreciate it very much so. And speaking of appreciating, J-Lo, we can't appreciate anyone on this Niner team for 3 hours tomorrow. Before we can, but during the game tomorrow we can't. What guy makes you nervous in that San Fran offense, defense, or special teams unit come 4:25 tomorrow?
Man, I gotta say Christian McCaffrey, man. He's been a thorn in our butts, man. He's a player to really watch out for, especially with Savasi Dennis was also a rough start on coverage. I feel that's going to be the major guy you got to shut down. You got to contain him. I think we're shut down the run, even though we struggled last week with that. But the receiving, him going down the flat and making those catches and getting those 7 to 10 yards a catch, that to me is the biggest player to watch when it comes to our defense.
I would go him as well, but to make things different, I'll say Fred Warner. Obviously, they're all pro linebacker. He's really one to watch. And I'll throw in a mini one, too. Bryce Huff, he's had a very good bounce-back year so far with this 49ers team. The Eagles gave up on him after giving him big money last year. And now he's up to 3 sacks this year, J-Lo, already, which is pretty good for him, kind of rejuvenating himself over there. Funny, too. I actually wasn't involved in the interview, but the first interview I set up on a podcast ever was with Bryce Huff when he was an undrafted free agent out of Memphis back in the day with Time Skew. So Bryce Huff, Fred Warner, a couple of guys I would watch out for on that defensive side of the ball that could make this Bucs offensive line, offensive unit sweat a little bit. But when you got Baker, you're never sweating. You're never nervous. And that's why, J-Lo, we're going to help win some people money with our Bucs bets right now, brother. Are you ready?
Let's do it, man. Let's win some money.
I love going over these Bucs bets. Let's see how it looks today. I think the injury report's pretty certain, so we should have some stuff available. Sometimes if the injury report's a little half-assed. All right, we're looking good. Ready to roll. J-Lo, would you rather take the Bucs money line for $10 to win you about $6 or $7, or the Bucs at -3, $10 to win you $10?
I'm going to go with the money line. Give me the money line.
Bisha, can you imagine this offense with all guys actually playing? Man, it'd be like a glorified 2020 almost when you had AB, Evans, Godwin, Gronk out there, Scotty Miller. It'd be like that, but even a little better, I think, almost a little deeper. But I just hope we get to see it at this point, J-Lo. Man, it just looks like it's going to be one of those years for this Bucs team that right when you think we have the guys, you know, it gets a little out of it. But J-Lo, next up, over-under for this Buccaneers team. The over-under is 24.5 points scored by the Bucs. Do the Bucs get to 24.5 points in this game?
Absolutely. I think they definitely can go over 24 points. Even though Niners defense is really good, but Baker, I feel like, can just put up 30 to 40 points the way he's playing.
Yeah, touchdown scorers. I'll take the quote-unquote favorites. There's 2 guys in the favorite tier, Rashad White and Emeka Igbigbu, as Gronk would say. Emeka Igbigbu. That'll never get old to me. But $10 on Rashad White wins you 9. $10 on Igbuka wins you 10. I'm going to go with Rashad. I think both guys will probably end up scoring, but I think Rashad White is the safer bet. He was in the end zone twice last week. I think that they'll give it to the goal line, give it to him at the goal line and see what happens. Rolla. I wouldn't thought I'd say this at the beginning of the season, but the Bucs and the Giants are the most exciting teams in the NFC. Yeah, J-Lo, Scatterboo, Dart, that offense with those rookies, ooh, they're looking pretty effective. Quick thoughts on that?
No, I'm just kidding. Now, Scatterboo, I always liked him at Arizona State. I think him going to York, it's a plus, man. I know they're enjoying the hell out of that kid, and Dart's just playing like a first-round pick. He looks like he was the right pick, so we'll see.
How many times will Scatterboo win angry runs? We'll see. J-Lo, K-Dot in touchdown, $10 to win you $19.50. Sean Tucker touchdown, $10 to win you $24.50. Or Sterling Shepard touchdown, $10 to win you $25.50.
No one, give me Shep. I think Shep. I'm gonna go with Shep because Shep, is gonna be wide receiver 2, obviously. So to me, I think Shep gets in the end zone.
I like that one. Cleve and me, happy Saturday. See you shortly, Cleve and me, as the chat has been lit, lively. Rolla, B-Shuck, Lucky Lucy, and the rest of the crew bringing the heat. Next up, I got this one. Tez Johnson, 10 to win 36. Baker Mayfield rushing, 10 to win 43. Baker's kind of due for a rushing one, but Tez keeps getting more and more involved in the offense. Give me Tez. Tez, 10 to win 36, especially without Godwin this week as well. J-Lo, you get the next set. Payne Durham, Ryan Miller, same exact odds. $10 on each of those fellows would win you 75.
No, give me Payne Durham. I think Payne Durham's due for a touchdown in the red zone. I think I would like him in the red zone to get a touchdown. Give me Payne Durham.
That's a great point by B-Shuck because Shep played well last year outside of a couple drops, but it was the penalties that killed him last year. He's very much so limited those to even accelerate his good play into really good play. I've been impressed with Shep this year. Good morning to you, Rich, on the West Coast. Our guy joining us, the great Richard T, 8 a.m. out there. Happy Saturday of college football to you, brother. It's going to be a fun one. I got the long shot, guys. $10 on Cam Johnson would win you $115. 10 on Devin Culp would win you $140. Or 10, they still have Josh Williams listed for some reason. We know he's out. Sportsbook, update yourself, please. Give me Cam Johnson. Maybe he returns a punt, or maybe he gets an end around. Devin Culp, though, I don't hate that one either. They seem like they're easier said than done, but I don't hate either of those odds out there, J-Lo, as we shift from touchdown scorer to field goal team to the special teams unit. Chase McLaughlin over under 1.5 made field goals tomorrow.
I say yes. Big Lake Chase would definitely nail at least 2 to 3 field goals for sure.
I think so, and he's been really good ever since his early season struggles, J-Lo. I've been heavily impressed with his bounce back and how he's handled things because remember, a lot of people were saying kicker this, kicker that. So Baker Mayfield over under 241.5 passing yards. I think he'll get right around that. I think he'll get like 230-ish, 240-ish. I'm going to go under, but I think he has a good day still. That doesn't mean I think he doesn't have a good day. I still think Baker has a good day, but I'm going to go slightly under in his pass yard total. J-Lo, you get total touchdowns throwing by Baker over under 1.5.
Over. Easy. He's going to throw 3.
Mac Jones to throw an interception. Yes, give me that bet. $10 to win you $9. I think this Bucs team gets pressure on the Mac attack. Receiving time, J-Lo. And Mecca Igbigbu over under 69.5 receiving yards.
Over.
I got Sterling Shepard over under 29.5. Give me the over on that. That's 3 catches for 10 yards apiece. J-Lo K-Dot, and who looked good last week, 80-plus receiving yards. His over-under is 29.5.
That's another one over. I think K-Don's going to get over that for sure.
And Rashad White, I end on 25.5 over-under. Give me the under. I think he gets, 20 receiving yards. Overall day on Igbuka. Yeah, that's free cheese to me, my guy, Jimmy. That is free cheese. J-Lo, we're going to end with the rushing here for this Bucs team before we move on to our predictions and player of the game for the Bucs. Rashad White over under 59.5 rushing yards, J-Lo.
That's a tough one. I say he gets close to it, so I'll say under. I think he'll be like around 55, 57.
Give me the over on Baker, which is set at 17.5 for Baker Mayfield, and that will round out our Bucs Bet segment. Hopefully we help you win some money tomorrow on this Bucs 49ers game. And now, J-Lo, it's time for our score predictions and player of the game. Going to be a tough one. Battle of the NFC, top dogs here. Winner is pretty much a 1 seed. Obviously, Detroit will be right up there with them as well. A lot of good competition in the NFC. But if you win this game, you're feeling pretty good about yourself, J-Lo. Bucs player of the game and score prediction for you, my friend.
I'm going to say, give me Hassan Reddick for player of the game. I think he gets 2 sets tomorrow, applying the pressure, getting after Matt Jones. I like the Bucs at 30, 49ers 23. I think it'll be a very tense game, but I think Hassan Reddick will come in the clutch and get the sat to keep the Niners out of keep the Niners from scoring to tie the game.
I like that one a lot. Give me, like I said, Tyke is my player of the game. I think he's going to do a great job kind of shadowing Christian McCaffrey, who looks like an MVP again this year, as Michael Myers joins in, and we'll bring him in here shortly. But J-Lo, thoughts on kind of Tyke shadowing 27-24 Bucs win for me? I'd watch out for Eddie Pinheiro as well. He has a very good leg for that Niners team. But quick thoughts, J-Lo, on Tyke before we bring in Joey and his predictions.
I mean, Tyke's been playing pretty solid, and I think he'll be the key guy to cover Christian McCaffrey, because I would not put more linebackers on that man. That man's a beast. But on Tyke Smith, I think will definitely do a good job. I think he might let up a couple catches. He's not going to be perfect, but I think he'll do his job to keep him contained.
Pops texting 27-20. Otten is his MVP. The great Richard T saying 26-20. Bucs finally end in victory formation. Yeah, how about that? That would be a relief for once if we were able to do so. Michael Myers, welcome into the show. First and foremost, brother, and what's your Bucs score and player of the game prediction on your behalf?
Morning, gentlemen. It's a great day. Feel the Halloween spirit. It's it's something in the air. AMC Fear Fest, the weather outside. It's all beautiful stuff. Looking at this Bucs,
are you wearing that to the game today?
No, probably not. Well, we'll see. I don't know.
I was gonna say I'll wear my Friday the 13th one if you wear that one.
TBD, it is kind of comfortable, but if it gets a little warm.
We got his number one fan over here, Jimmy Coletta, joining.
Yeah, it's like, all right, Jimmy, keep it in your pants, man. Look at good party last night for sure.
What does Big Joe refer to? Never mind, we'll save that for
or the big toe, baby, big toe in that line. Yeah, Bucs, I thought last week would be a tough game. They lose by a couple points on a last-second field goal. Obviously, they battled through that. The injuries keep hitting, but they keep winning. I'm going to go Bucs. I'll go Bucs 27, San Fran 23. And my player of the game, I like the Tyke Smith pick. He has the most tackles.
And I really think he's going to be the difference for CMC. Guys like him in Winfield.
Yeah, I do too.
Mr. H saying keep those socks on. And it's a long car ride with the big guy. I don't want to see socks flying around later.
There's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot flying around in that car later. I'll go Savachier Dennis, my boy.
All right. Well, I do like the pick for the run game. He really needs to step up. And that would be a nice player of the game pick if he does step up, because we've seen guys like Woody Marks and guys like Bijan Robinson kind of get big plays on a guy like Dennis. Dennis, you need to buckle down in the pass game. I do like Servache. He's played incredible run stuff and ball this year. And speaking of run stuff, and Mr. H predicts 35-28 Bucs. Richard T saying Parrish with the bold prediction gets his first NFL INT. So good stuff there. I hope it is true all around. As it's a Bucs day, it would be. And the 49ers are coming off, remember, a little bit of extra rest as they had that big win on the road last week in Los Angeles. So that helps the Niners as well, although they're still very banged up as well. Speaking of banged up, Colts, another one of those teams seemingly getting a little bit banged up, but they're getting healthier, Joey. Is Alec Pierce coming back from concussion protocol seemingly this week? How are Colts vibes going in Indianapolis? You guys have a very winnable matchup to me. No game is a guarantee, but the way the Cardinals played last week, my goodness, they damn near gave that game away to Tennessee. I like the Colts a lot this week, my friend. I'll say that much.
Yeah, so do I, but it seems like the bettors like the Cardinals and the points. Hope they lose a lot of money. We'll see who plays at QB for Arizona. Kyler Murray has practiced the past couple of days. So he's either going to be limited in the run game or it will be Jacoby Brissett, his first time starting back in town after he gave us a good season in 19. We are getting healthier. We also signed Jermaine Pratt, linebacker, who had some really good years in Cincinnati. We've been trying to fill that linebacker 2 spot. And like you mentioned, Alec Pierce is back, who's really our good long ball threat. I like where we're at right now. We just can't beat ourselves. The one game we lost, we had 11 penalties and 3 turnovers, and you can't do that in the National Football League no matter who you are playing. So after that big win against the Raiders, we got to hold in, we got to holster it, and we got to get some good things going. Really looking forward to this game. It'll be on Fox, 1 Eastern, noon Central. You want me to give my score prediction and player of the game?
If you want, sure, throw it in there.
I'm going to go Colts. The Cardinals do have a pretty good defense led by mostly Calais Campbell and Budda Baker, but I'll say Colts. I'll go Colts. Got a new kicker too, Michael Badgley. Be interested to see that. 24, Cardinals 13. And my player of the game is going to be, I really want Josh Downs to get his first touchdown. He deserves it. He picks up so many clutch third downs. I want him to get his first touchdown for Mr. Josh Downs. Give me the Colts 24-13.
Nice little Halloween limerick there. That was a good little tongue twister. I will say I have no problem with how the Cardinals coach handled that fumbling situation, to be quite honest with you. I'll say that much, and I know it might be an unpopular opinion, but my heavens, you don't let the damn ball go early. I'm tired of seeing this happen way too much. It should not happen once a year on any football level. The fact that it's happening damn near weekly now, I mean, my heavens, I just don't get it. These players are getting paid millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And millions to drop the ball early. And then people want to say, oh, the Cardinals coach shouldn't have done that too hard on him. If your job's on the line, you're not going to be that upset. I mean, he's coaching for his job this year, folks. He's coaching for his job, and his team just put on that buffoonery of a performance against the Titans, one of the worst 3 teams in the NFL, where it's a clown show, and that's what you do. I'm sorry. This Cardinals team's an absolute disaster. It's in meltdown mode already. I don't see this ending well for this team. I just don't. After a really strong start to the year, I think they were 2-0, right? Now they're 2-3. I just don't see this being a pretty game at all. I mark my words, this might be the biggest scoring deficit of the league tomorrow when the Colts end up beating this Cardinals team. And I will say this, if Jacoby Brissett plays, it's even going to be that much worse for this Cardinals team because he's washed. He is washed. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say these Cardinals players are going to roll over because I didn't like how they responded to their own head coach handling a situation that should never happen in a football game. I think the Colts blow the door off these cats. I think Marvin Harrison has a nice game. I will say that. In a weird way, I'm going to say Marvin Harrison's my player of the game on a losing team. I think Colts win 34-17. Colts win by 17, but Marvin Harrison gets not 1, but 2 touchdowns in his return to Indianapolis. So I just think, too many good players are going to have good games on this Colts team tomorrow to pick one. So I'll go Colts 34-17 with Marvin Harrison Jr. is my player of the game. And I think this Cardinals roller coaster is like this. And I think Kyler Murray's time is running thin in Arizona. J-Lo, thoughts on that?
I couldn't agree more. The Cardinals are a complete disaster. Kyler Murray, I took you to my fantasy league, so F you. It's a shame that you're getting paid all this top dollar and you can't perform at a top level, loser. Anyway, long story short, I think the Colts will blow them out of the water. Give me Colts 41, Cardinals 13, because the team is just
whoa.
And Indianapolis is on fire on offense, just putting up points. and I just don't think the Cardinals can compete with the Colts.
I mean, what play was worse last week? The fumble into the end zone or the interception where they like botch it around like bocce ball? I mean, or people hating on a coach who actually cares about his job and is yelling at a millionaire for being an idiot. I'm sorry. And the media, oh my God, the coach should never do that.
Well, how about the snap to Kyler Murray? Doink! Like, come on.
Yeah.
Pay attention. What are you doing?
Doink this. That's what that team has to do. I'm just, oh my God. I had respect for them 2-0. I'm like, you know what, Joey? Even the Raiders. I'm like, that'll be a tough 2-game stretch. Good God. Just anyways, this isn't a clown show, so we'll stop talking about the clowns. This is the Buccateers, and we're live here on YouTube, on Facebook. Catch a replay, Apple, Spotify, Google. Breadwinners coming up 24-12 on the year. We took a mini hit last week. Plus
oh my goodness! I hope Belichick has a stroke.
Dude, yeah. Well, see, so how that worked. We had 2 North Carolina breadwinners, so that counts for 0-1, minus $40, but only 0-1. It's not 0-2 because it's one bet. But since we doubled down on the bet, it's double the price. Cats had
piece of shit.
Lions money line, the big winner last week with Cats. So there we go. I had Iowa State with Big Rocco Beck. I'm officially done with the Becks. That's it. I'm just done with them. Jimmy Coletta saying Murray's a bum. Yeah, he might be one of those guys that will have to do the young quarterback thing, go somewhere else and try and, rejuvenate their career elsewhere. So we'll see how that goes. And speaking of how that goes, college football, big slate today. Joey and I are going, back, gone into Notre Dame with the Leprechaun, with Mr. H. Going to be an incredible time. And that takes us to our college football week 7, 8th week of games. It's a tongue twister. 8th week of games, week 7 of college football. Are you fellas ready for our college football spread 'em?
Oh, I'm ready. I hope Bill Belichick, again, really bad things happen to him. I hope his girlfriend has beans and he eats his crumb and they fucking both get crabs. Done with them. Done with that program and all that bullshit.
This is our Bill. This is our guy. We love him.
No, we don't love him. We don't love him. We don't love the singer. They could eat each other's ass. Okay.
Hey, the Colts have one guy to thank for 4-1, and that's Seth. Without that big guy intimidating.
It's called Daniel Jones.
Yeah, and Daniel Jones said Seth. He wants to meet him.
Please. Jimmy said it. Spread him. Spread those cheeks, Jimmy.
Seth is a bigger-than-life figure. Speaking of bigger-than-life figure, this game is bigger than life. 8 Alabama at 14 Missouri. Perhaps the game of the day. Incredible one on our hands here, J-Lo. Noon Eastern. Missouri plus 3.5. Remember, spread them in the world of college football. We do with the spreads. J-Lo, Missouri, underdogs, home, plus 3.5. 8-14, Bama, Mizzou.
Missouri's being overlooked, man. But the thing is, you're going to go into their territory, their house. Alabama's rejuvenated a little bit, winning some football games, but not today. Missouri, I think, will get a big win at home over Alabama. And I believe they're still undefeated, right? Aren't they undefeated?
Bama has one loss. They lost to Florida State.
No, Missouri.
Missouri's undefeated.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Missouri State's undefeated.
Sorry about that.
You're good. But I think Missouri gets a big win at home against Alabama.
Joey, this game's actually a tricky, fun one. You have 4-1 Cincinnati, who's very hopeful for a playoff spot after a huge win on the road in Iowa State last week against UCF, 3-2, led by former Nebraska coach Scott Frost. Cincinnati at home minus 10.5 in that one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Scott Frost is a huge bomb. So just give me Cincinnati giving up the points at home.
I love me. Great coach. He might be a bum off the field, but he is a hell of a football coach. I'll give him that much. UCLA plus 7 at Michigan State, noon Eastern. Don't let that blonde-haired offensive coordinator kid fool you into thinking UCLA is something special just because James Franklin, and I'm not talking about Penn State at all today outside of this. Shame on you guys, pathetic asshats. You guys aren't eliminated from the playoffs yet. But all in all, if you guys don't win out, beat Indiana and Ohio State, you guys are toast. You guys are done. You better not let anybody upset the apple cart, okay? Let me just tell you that, Penn State. Unless you win out, you're dust to me. And I do want to say all the critics, oh my God, they're running it back this year. No. You lost Tyler Warren and Abdul Carter, 2 first-round picks. Everybody just let it go wayside. This Penn State team just isn't the same, and it's embarrassing. And to me, UCLA gets its doors blown off of them at Michigan State today because bad teams lose football games, and Penn State was a bad football team last week. That's why they lost to UCLA, who's a bad football team who gets killed in Michigan State this week. My good God, I'm just heated up. J-Lo, Pittsburgh, plus 10.5 on the road at 25th ranked Florida State, noon Eastern there.
You know, Florida State, I don't buy their hype. I never did. And I think they're going to keep struggling. But I think they win at home in a close one to Pittsburgh.
Mike H., Cincinnati lost to Nebraska in a close one. So that's right over there. Joey, you get Washington State plus 32.5 on the road against 4th-ranked Ole Miss. Ole Miss is playoff bound at this time. That game's 12:45 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Ole Miss is playing good football. Watch for them to probably this would be their first time, I would assume, making the playoff if they could get in that way. 33.5 is a lot, though. I say they win big, but they win by like 30, 28 points.
J-Lo, 3:30 Eastern, Virginia Tech plus 14.5 at 13th ranked Georgia Tech, a battle of the Techs.
Yeah, Georgia Tech should win big. I like the spread on that one.
Joey, NC State will be here 3:30 Eastern, getting 23.5 points. That is a big spread at number 16th ranked Notre Dame.
It is a big spread, but we've been kicking some people's ass lately, taking names. I'm going to say we're going to cover. I'm having a big win. I think NC State is kind of falling apart here a little bit, so I'll go Notre Dame in a big one.
J-Lo, you get the same game, NC State plus 23.5 at Notre Dame.
I do say Notre Dame will win, but a little bit closer, just because I feel sometimes they'll let up the gas a little bit. They have been kicking ass, but today might be a little bit stressor, but they'll pull the win out.
Joey, 3:30 p.m. Eastern here. Iowa State, number 22 ranked in the country, -3 on the road at Prime & Co. in Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, if you don't have anything to do during this time slot, don't watch this game because it could be a little bit ugly. I'm going to take Iowa State in a rebound, but in an ugly game.
Game of the day, one of the games of the day outside of Bama, Missouri, 3:30 Eastern, 7th-ranked Indiana at 3rd-ranked Oregon, -7.5. I'll take Oregon to cover that 7.5. I think Indiana's good. Oregon, I think, is great. I think they cover that. Joey, what say you?
Yeah, you know, Indiana, when they have big games on the road under Signetti, is where that's the only time they've ever struggled, going back last year's playoff against the Irish. They didn't look too good at Iowa earlier this year. I'm big on Oregon. I say Oregon by 10 to 12.
J-Lo, round it out.
No, I agree. I agree with all y'all. Oregon gets the win. Indiana, I think they'll keep it close, but Oregon gets the win.
Joey, 3:30 Eastern, Big Red represent Nebraska, -6.5 favorites on the road against a very impressive 4-1 Maryland team.
Yeah, this will be a spooky good game, and whoever wins should get some big recognition to see if they can do anything the rest of the season.
It's an elimination game, pretty much.
Pretty much, and I can't believe we're already going to be at where we are at the slate here in college. But I think Nebraska by 3.
Our guy, Captain Niner, in the house, friend of the program's 49ers podcaster. Welcome in, brother. How you doing? Welcome into enemy territory. We love it. Hopefully next week we can have you on. If you want to reach out Monday or Tuesday, we'd love to have you on the program. Maryland is beating who? Yeah, I mean, them and Nebraska, they both need a big win. Neither team has really got that, huge, significant win yet. Maryland's beaten Wisconsin, Northern Illinois, a couple of other teams, and I think the only real team Nebraska's beaten thus far is Cincinnati. So, I think both of these teams kind of need this game, Nebraska beat Michigan State, Holy Cross, the Akron Zips, and Cincinnati. So both teams need this game. I think Nebraska beats them, though. I think Maryland is on the right track, but they're not there yet. J-Lo, what say you?
No, couldn't agree more. I think Nebraska is a step ahead of Maryland, so give me Nebraska.
Yeah, I think Nebraska wins probably by about 10 points. Pull away a little later. I think Maryland. I love Maryland's head coach, man. I'm very impressed with Maryland's head coach. Very underrated.
What a
guy.
great professional picture John C. has.
Oh, we love Big Red represent right there.
Just professional stuff. What is that? A nice LinkedIn pic? Great stuff.
You know, and this is what's beautiful about college football. This is an elimination type field playoff game. J-Lo and I talked about it earlier. Nebraska, Maryland, whoever loses this game is done. I don't think Nebraska loses today. I think they win by 10 points. Olivia joining. Good morning, fellas. Morning to you, Olive. Welcome into the program. Welcome into the show. Moving on here in our college football spread 'em. Joey, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Navy minus 9.5 at Temple.
I always gonna ride with Navy, even if times might get a little tough. We'll see what they have. Are they still undefeated? Yes, they are at 5-0. Oh yeah, this gravy train keeps rolling for Uncle K. Navy in a big one.
Real estate needs, you contact John C. There we go. A little bit of a non-paid promotion.
Hey-o!
Maybe we could get a sponsorship in Nebraska.
Don't contact Leprechaun. You'll be living with high grass and no shoes.
As we celebrate a victory Monday, damn straight, B-Shuck. Let's go, brother. J-Lo. Yeah, he super chatted us again too earlier.
I know. He's like, John, hope you saw that John Cena AJ Styles match today, B-Shuck.
3:30 Eastern, J-Lo, number 6 ranked Oklahoma at Texas. Texas 2-point favorites.
Which is shocking to me because Texas did not play well last week against my Gators. And I think they drop it to Oklahoma. I'm just not sold on Arch Manning. He's not that good to me. He's a name. Give me Oklahoma over Texas.
Joey, Arkansas plus 10 on the road at 12th ranked Tennessee.
Tennessee blows the doors off them, gets to 5-1.
You think so? There we go. That was easy.
Oh, I don't think so. I know so.
There we go. J-Lo, you get a fun one. Ooh, boy. Trent Dilfer and UAB plus 5 at Florida Atlantic, 6 o'clock Eastern.
I'm so excited. Give me UAB over FAU.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Joey, 7 o'clock Eastern, Iowa minus 4 at Wisconsin.
Holy shit. If you like not a lot of points, go into this one right here. Ugh. Give me Wisconsin with the points.
J-Lo, Florida Gators. Gator Bites featured weekly. If you guys want to deep dive into Florida Gator football, join us weekly on Tuesdays now. Or maybe Monday nights, we'll see. But for the Campus Kickoff Weekly show, J-Lo, Florida, plus 7 at number 5 ranked Texas A&M, 7 o'clock Eastern.
Like Tones mentioned, check out Campus Kickoff, me breaking down Gator Bites in the matchup with Texas A&M. I think Florida's going to fight very hard. Their defense is very underrated. Lagway's starting to come into his own. Give me Florida. I think Florida will pull out a close victory. It's going to be a very ugly game. But I like Florida's chances, so give me Florida over A&M.
Joey, number 10 ranked Georgia at Auburn, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Auburn plus 4 at home.
Gotta love these actual OG SEC battles when we still get them. Georgia really hasn't been talked about a lot lately after that one loss. I think they have not a big win today, but they'll cover.
J-Lo, number 15 ranked Michigan at USC, 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
It's a real tough one. I like USC. I like USC at home over Michigan.
Joey, Kansas, 2 touchdown underdogs on the road at 9th ranked Texas Tech, 7:30 Eastern.
Kansas covers, but it's a backdoor.
Give me South Carolina, get a 9 on the road at 11 ranked LSU, 7:45 Eastern. I think South Carolina ends up covering that spread. J-Lo, 8 p.m. Eastern, 23rd ranked BYU at Arizona. BYU minus 2.5.
Another tough one, but I'll let BYU to cover.
Joey, take us home, 10:15 p.m. Eastern, 21st ranked Arizona State, 9.5-point underdogs on the road at Utah.
Give me Arizona State.
Love it, love it, love it. And we'll just go right from college football, spread them to a Red Eyes pick 'em. Pick up where we left off here. Broncos, Jets across the pond tomorrow. London, United Kingdom. Remember, Red Eyes pick 'em spreads are thrown out the window, J-Lo. 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Get your bacon, eggs, coffee ready. The great Neil saying, what's up? Tell the people what to do, Neil. But J-Lo, who you got across the pond?
I let the Jets to get their first win because it's across the pond. I don't think the Broncos will be ready for the Jets. Give me the Jets.
Joey, 1 o'clock Eastern. Seattle travels to Jacksonville.
I'll be rooting for Seattle. You know what? Jacksonville's due for a loss. They've had a lot of turnovers. Give me Seattle and a nail biter.
Browns at Pittsburgh, 1 o'clock. Browns led by Dylan Gabriel. Give me Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers in that one to kind of separate themselves from the rest of that division. J-Lo, Chargers, much needing of a win at Miami, 1 o'clock Eastern.
Even though the Chargers are down on 2 tackles, I still let the Chargers to beat Miami.
Joey, this is a spooky good game to me. Patriots at Saints, 1 o'clock Eastern tomorrow.
Patriots in a blowout.
Oh. Hey, wow. J-Lo, Rams at Ravens, 1 o'clock Eastern.
Even though the Ravens got blown out last week at home, I think they get the upset and beat the Rams, and they get a lucky win at home.
Ravens are laughing stock right now, but you never know. Cowboys, 1 o'clock Eastern at Carolina. Carolina's been such a mixed bag this year. Truly don't know what to expect, but give me the Cowboys to beat Carolina on the road, 1 o'clock tomorrow. Joey, 4:05 Eastern, Titans at Raiders.
Yeesh. The Raiders don't know what they're doing at quarterback lately. It seems like they're messing everything up. Give me Tennessee.
J-Lo, 4:25 Eastern. Joe Flacco leading his third AFC team of that division. Steelers are the only one he hasn't led yet. He's led the Ravens, Browns, and now Bengals. He could be the first QB ever, J-Lo, to beat a team twice in the same season on different teams as they beat the Packers with the Browns. You think it happens in Green Bay this time?
Not this time. I don't think he makes that history. Give me the Packers.
8:20 p.m. Eastern, Sunday Night Football. Give me the Chiefs over the Lions. I think the Chiefs need this one. I think they pull it out. They should have won last week. Joey, Monday Night Football doubleheader. You get the first leg, 7:15 Eastern, Buffalo at Atlanta.
I think this would be a really good game, but Buffalo in a close one.
J-Lo, you round out the football picks, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. The Bears at the Commandos, Washington Redskins football team of Washington.
I'm going to go with the Bears. I think the Bears are going to shock people. And
The Bears.
And we'll go right into our MLB pick with our games today and tomorrow. We got Cubs, Brewers today, Mariners, Blue Jays tomorrow. We're actually going to start with Mariners, Blue Jays tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Joey. Mariners on the road after a hard-fought battle in Toronto.
I'll take Blue Jays.
J-Lo?
Blue Jays.
Give me Seattle in that one. Cubs, Brewers today. Game 5, series on the line, 8:08 p.m. Eastern in Milwaukee. Brewers were up 2-0. Cubs come back, tie at 2-2. Joey, season on the line for This Is Our Cubs. This is our team.
Stop with that
We
shit.
love them.
No, I don't listen to that. That's really
This is our Cubs. This is our team.
Cub 'em up. Let's go, Cubs. Heart bet.
Come
baby.
up. Oh, geez.
Come on,
Taylor,
up.
what say you? Cubs, Brewers.
Cubs. I think Cubs will pull out a very emotional win over Milwaukee.
This is our Cubs. This is our team. Give me the Cubs. We're winning games. Peter coming out now. That means it's time for a fantasy match report. But go Cubs. Win it for Uncle Red Eyes, who we dedicate Red Eyes Pick 'em to if he's watching. Been gone 1 year too long. And shout out to our buddy Banky who's been gone a year as well. The Lightning play tonight as well for you Lightning fans out there, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern at the Biatch, the Benchmark Arena. Pat Donovan calls it the Biatch. Real quick, fantasy mash report before breadwinners and final words. Joey, this week, who would you play? Two out of these wide receivers, Cooper Kupp, Xavier Worthy, Cade Otton, or I'll throw a running back in there as well, Bryce Hall.
I'll take
full
Worthy.
point PPR.
I'll take Worthy and Hall.
There we go. And J-Lo, Fantasy Mash Report is B-Shuck. Have a great day. You too, brother. Thanks for joining us. J-Lo, would you start out of these guys, non-PPR league, Tyler Warren, Kareem Hunt, Khalil Shakir, or Sean Tucker? You could only pick one.
I'm going to go with Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren's been on fire. I like him a lot.
Love it, love it, love it. And now it is time for our breadwinners and final word of the program. Just to refresh, we are 24-12 on breadwinners, plus $154 on the season. So a pretty good year so far. Final word of breadwinner time. Joey, we're going to start with you. Final word and breadwinner, brother.
Yep, as I will see you soon. Final word, toe in the line. Listen to it, as long with campus kickoff, but toe in the line covers your NFL mostly. Get those Sunday treats ready to go. A lot of good stuff in the latest episode. So if you haven't watched yet, what the fuck you doing? And then my lock, I'm going to go with the Patriots money line at New Orleans. They're minus 3.5, but I need to get back on the winning side of things. So since Big Bill screwed me, I'm taking his former team, New England, in the money line. Let's go Irish today. We'll be there. And then I want to give a shout out to John Cena. He had a phenomenal match against AJ Styles earlier. They nominated many finishers, including Chris Jericho, Bray Wyatt, rest in peace, Randy Orton, and so much more. So let's go today. Let's go Irish. Let's go Cubs. And let's go Colts tomorrow.
Yeah, too bad they booed our national anthem over there.
Well, that's Australia for you. They're a bunch of pansies.
Agreed. But see you later. J-Lo, breadwinner for you, my friend. And final word for the show.
Yes, my breadwinner is going to be Missouri over Alabama. I think they're going to get the big win at home. That's my breadwinner. Final word, tune in to Campus Kickoff, Toe in the Line, all great shows. During the week, we put our efforts in. Please tune in and watch them. And we got a big game tomorrow, Bucs versus Niners. But in the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy the wonderful world of college football. Go Gators. I'm rooting for you. I'm still on the bandwagon. Billy, I'm still pissed at you, but hey, you got a chance to turn it around. Go Gators. Tones, you have a good day, my friend. Safe travels over to Notre Dame. And rock the Friday the 13th sweater, bro. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, you got to have fun with it, brother. You have a great weekend. Quickly, my breadwinner, I've been determining what to do here, and now it's go time. It's a tough choice, man. It's to the point of the college football season where it's really put up or shut up time for a lot of these teams. Jimmy Coletta saying bear down. Thank you for joining us, Jimmy Coletta. But man, oh man, this is a tough one, J-Lo. I think I'm going to go with man, I kind of like USC tonight, but not enough to take him. You know what? Give me a parlay here. I'm going to go with a money line parlay with two college football teams on our hands. Where did the line go? Where the hell did this line go? 1 minute. Sorry, I'm a disaster. I'm going to take Oregon money line as part of the parlay. And I am actually going to take as part of the parlay. Give me a little bit of a college and NFL slice 'em and dice 'em money line parlay. I'm going to go with the Raiders and with Oregon money line parlay, 20 to win you 20. How about that? So we'll see what happens there. Pep and Steppin, 28-21 Bucs win. Have a kick-ass weekend. Time to hit the gym later, fellas. Pep and Steppin. Good luck to your Blue Jays. And as always, fire the damn cannons. Go Bucs, go Bucs, go Bucs. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Bucs win, Bucs win. J-Lo, you have a great weekend, brother. We'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. Go Bucs.
Bro, we'll put it like that.
Nice.
What's it like? I was actually there in attendance in Cleveland for Coe's first career NFL touchdown, which was awesome. And,
That was awesome.
it was a great game. You could hear me on camera. I was just screaming, "Say it ain't so, Coe! Say it ain't so!" Sadly,
Yes.
from there,
Yeah.
the game kind of went off the rails a little. That was the last high moment of that game, but it was a great game. Overtime loss, fun time.
Yeah.
But how was that moment for you? Seeing the first, whether it was on TV, in person, wherever you were, seeing his first NFL touchdown. How was that?
Well, dude, I mean, we were at home because it was a away game. We don't travel to a lot of the away games because we can get into that later. But to watch that and to think I wished I was there live. So to have your video was so cool. And just say, this is so cool. I mean, that was so cool for us. Catching it from Tom Brady, right? Like he's got the ball yet. I mean, first NFL touchdown means a lot, right? I mean, as a dad, that's just so cool to see. And it was fun to watch. And, it didn't have the outcome we wanted, but still the same. What a memory! What a memory to have, right? So,
and honestly,
cool.
those. One of the best guests ever, the Buccateers in the house tonight. You guys hear him on Tampa radio all the time. He's one of the best in the business. My favorite personal in the business. That's why I'm elated tonight. Growing up in the Chicago area, you're used to sports radio. That's what gets me through the day. So this man does help get me through the day, I will say, with the Pat and Aaron show at work. Nothing like it. So it's incredible. It looks like we got Stunna bumbling in. I'm Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little cleared. But we're joined by Pat
It looks like
Donovan.
Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like you got a little.
No, my camera's broke.
And he was trying to pull me in big time. And then I was like, dang, nothing's happened with Indianapolis yet. Like, I really want to give Indy a chance. And then also I talked to Cody Bruton, once he took over Richmond Cannon, still like, well, look, I was like, y'all just give me the opportunity to explore free agency, see what's going on, and then come out and make it do it.
All right, everyone, you are tuned into the Buccateers, a wide receiver, Kalen Geiger, and we are about